Okay, let's start with a jump to this Curvex commercial opulent system. Rowdy conflict, we'll ignore them. Just jump there. Looks like two planets. I'm in my fighter, one of my oldest ships, almost as old as the hauler. Let's adjust the mic a little bit. Try and minimize the heavy breathing. Okay, so we got the planet there. Fungal mold, one of my favorite toxic planets. What's the moon right here? Radioactive moon. Anyway, I want to bring in my freighter just to show you some of the where will it come in? It doesn't want to come in here. Okay, just boost a little ways. Pulse a little ways. Let's pulse for a few seconds. I don't want to bring the freighter into an asteroid field. There, we got a freighter. Okay, the freighter comes in. Let's back off a little bit to see the whole thing. I could just go on land right away. You see the frigates coming in a halo around it. There's should be 30 of them. They come in 5 types: combat, trade, exploration, industrial, and support. Your balanced frigate missions. Take one of each, right? So that's my freighter. It's I don't know, there's a name for this type, but it's one of the large types. It's a full S-34 freighter, fully loaded. Other than I only have at the moment 5 main ships. The fighter I'm in, and 4 more that we'll see inside the freighter. The freighter is not your main ship. It's a mothership, but your main ships are these ones, such as the fighter I'm in. I'm trying to use the terms the same as the ones in the game. Just so happens we've got a visitor in a shuttle. That's one of the types of ships that I don't have myself, because it's mainly like a beginner ship. It's a low-level ship. We can see all the stats. A22 plus 5 tech slots, value 1.7 million units. Damage is only 88. The shield is nice at 174. Hyperdrive is minimal at 109. Maneuverability 275. I'm not really sure what that amounts to. This is the guy you talk to. You can either trade commodities with him or buy the ship off him. I could go up inside my freighter that way, but first I'll show you my other ships. This is my current Explorer. It has a tall wing there. doesn't fit in the frame. Pretty standard, other than the double wing on the other side. That just one of the Explorer. Full holds S48 plus 21, 107 million and a half million unit value. Damage is still low, below par at 93.8. Nonetheless, it kills pirates. I think in pirate encounters, I think they make pirates that you can kill on each encounter rather than overwhelming the user with some pirate that he can't kill or will kill you immediately. It just doesn't happen. Pirates are all fairly easy to kill no matter what ship you're in. Anyway, shields 322. Hyperdrive range is the best I've got at 3144.9. I've seen slightly higher, 3200 or better. The 1467 core, any of these cores are kind of mysterious to me. I don't really know how they're calculated. They do change with the upgrades that you install. Same with maneuverability, 913. It's pretty good, but I think the fighter's a little better. 428 core. So that's my Explorer. That's the only only ship in that bay. Should have 3 ships in this bay then. First I got my Squiddy. It's of course fully upgraded, exotic S48 plus 21. Value 172 million. Damage 297, getting a little better. Shield strength not bad at 387. Hyperdrive range pretty good, but doesn't match up to the Explorer 2600. Maneuverability 875, not bad. The living ship is the oddball out, of course, because you can't really upgrade the cargo slots. So we only have an S22 plus 21 slot alien class. 2.9 million is pretty low value on it. I'm not sure how they calculate that. 268 damage is rather low. 300 shield is high medium. 2455 fairly good hyperdrive range. Still doesn't match the Explorer. Maneuverability 588, fairly good. And last is the hauler, the big ships. Originally they were the only 48 cargo slot ships available before you were able to upgrade everything. So this one was for S48. It was only, I believe, 8 tech slots originally, so I've upgraded that to 21, and it is same as everything else. Value 126 million is pretty good. Damage potential is low at 174. Shield strength is actually high at 375. It's one of the strengths of the haulers, the shields. Hyperdrive range 2300, a bit low. Maneuverability 727 is pretty good for a hauler. I like the high wings on this, as it doesn't block me getting into the ship. I can run around it with some of the other designs. The wings get in your way all the time when you're trying to escape a sentinel or something. So that's the I'm not sure what you call them, but that's the ships that you ride around in mostly. Up here is the interior of the stuff besides the landing holds. The main part of the freighter, a little airlock double door, and some food cooker nutrient processors, a couple control rooms for our outgoing missions of frigates. The guy that plans the frigate missions, the Starship research terminal where you research the upgrades for your Starship. Notice I've got them all now. Took me the longest time actually to get the last one down here. Required 12 salvage frigate modules. And so when I freighter, all those upgrades then fit in the technology slots. There's a 9th one here that there's no use for, nothing to fill it in yet. Maybe they'll issue a patch to put more upgrades on them. That's what it stands like right now. 34 main cargo slots. That's I believe there might be a 35, but I think 34 is one of the largest. The captain sits up here. You can talk to him a little bit, but he's pretty boring actually. He doesn't think about anything but captaining his freighter. So you can put stuff in your freighter. I've got down here my full 10 storage container. They look different from your ground basis, but they serve the same function. I got some refiners and some extra food processors. I've got over just some decorative Kalkashroom glitches, collectible. This is the room for summoning Exocraft. Oh, that's dripping there. What the heck? Look at that. It drips and, yeah. I need to tell the tech to stop that dripping. I'll make a mess. In here I don't have much stuff. Some people make farms, grow a lot of plants and stuff. I used to, but now all I'm growing is barrels. So random stuff in the barrels. Dihydrogen, Viking effigy, maybe 2 Viking effigies. I didn't catch that. Another Viking effigy, microprocessor, 2 microprocessors, Corvex casing. A lot of this purple background out of the green cases. Another dihydrogen jelly, another dihydrogen jelly. And then these barrels also have stuff in them. Navigation data. Antimatter housing. Condensed carbon. condensed carbon, antimatter housing, navigation data, more navigation data, more navigation data. Essentially free stuff that, you know, it adds up when you go down the full row and collect it. And I think since I thought I had an antimatter. I'll have to keep collecting until I get an antimatter. It's one of the things that you produce out of these barrels. Oh, wrong button. Another antimatter container. There's an antimatter. And I've still got another row to go. So go down here, and how you make them is as the tech storage, and it's the default item on the tech storage list. Requires the ionized cobalt and one antimatter per barrel. It's I believe it's the same thing for the green cases. Ionized cobalt and one antimatter per green case. So since they produce antimatter, they don't, and you can buy, I think, the ionized cobalt. You can multiply these base farms, barrel farms, I call them. Just keep growing until you've got as many as you want. You just sell the rest of the garbage that it produces. Sell. Get hydrogen. Sell some Corvex casing. Sell some other food items that I collected. The vacuum effigy. Don't need a microprocessor. I would make them whenever I feel like. Antimatter housing. I don't need the extra sodium cluttering up my ionized cobalt. I'm actually running a bit low there. Mordite, save beacon. I can make my own. Usually try to keep below 100 for those. That's to refuel the suit protections. And Starship. Keep all the rest, I guess. So I got some extra navigation data. Just put it in the freighter for now. So that's the freighter tour. I'm gonna return to a ship. The little alien trader is gone. Might have another one come by sooner or later. You can fly around your hold here. I'm gonna take this guy out and say goodbye to the freighter.